Greetings. So it's my intent with this video is to show you how you can use a program called Nandeck and all the files that I provide you to then create new quests for your own Dragons Down quest variant. Now I'm going to assume that you've already loaded and you subscribed to the mod, and that you've grabbed those cards and you put them into your own Dragons Down table. So I'm not going to go over that, but what I'm going to go over is getting the program Nandeck onto your machine. And you're going to go to nandeck.com to do that. And you're looking for this link right here, Nandeck 1281, and you click that, and it will give you a zip file to put onto your machine. I'm going to drag it I think, did I drag to my desktop? I might have dragged to my desktop. I might have missed. Oops. Let me grab that again real quick just to make sure. And what Nandeck is it is almost a script language that is a program which uses a script language. So here you go, it's Nandeck exe. You're going to see this guy. You run this guy, it will install Nandeck. You can put it wherever you like. Please make a note of where you install it to. I put it in, I already have it installed, and I installed it in CNAN. And I put it there. You're not going to get a bunch of these, like, I obviously have a bunch of crap already in there. That is my fault. Should have prepped better for this. What you're going to end up with pretty much is just Nandeck exe and Nandeck ini, and that's it when you install this guy. Okay, so that's what you're going to end up with is Nandeck. And once you have Nandeck installed and ready to run on your machine, what you're going to do is you're going to come to the quest variant on Steam. You're going to look up my drive folder here, and you're going to grab that guy. And so here's the folder. And you can just copy the folder and download it. It'll zip it up for you. It takes a moment. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take that folder. And again, you can put it anywhere. I'm actually going to, now what I did, you don't have to do it this way or put it here. I just put the contents of that folder just directly in with Nandeck for now. For purposes of this example, that's what I'm going to do. Now you need to know where you put it though, because the scripts rely on the path to these files. So keep that in mind. Your mileage is going to vary. If you change the location of stuff, the scripts don't work as written. You're going to have to change them yourself. When you open up Nandeck, now you're going to get a blank. I have stuff open, so let's close all the tabs. You can't close the last tab. Okay. Here, you're going to see. Really? Give me a second. Hold on. Like, you're killing me. You're killing me, Nandeck. What you're going to see is this, a blank tab, right? That's what you're going to see. And at that point, you want to open Deck. You want to navigate to where you put these files, and you want to pull open one of these guys. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to add 2 new events to the deck. So we're going to open up create events. So what you'll see is you'll see the script that is used to create the events deck. And So very simply, I'm not going to go through Nandeck and how Nandeck works. I don't know enough really to give you a good tutorial. I just sort of fudge through it enough to make the cards. What you do need to know are these things. This link line is where it's going to look for the Excel file. And so that's what you're looking for. You're looking for, so wherever you put the Excel file, events.xslx, that's where you want to point Nandeck to. And then finally, the name of the file that's going to come out, you should at least have an idea of what that that is, so that you can go grab it later. So we're pointing to the Excel file. We know what the output's going to be. If I go to the visual editor, I should then be able to see the cards that exist. And you can do this to sort of get a preview of, okay, what is this going to look like? Okay. All good. You don't need to save changes in the visual editor unless you've literally made a change, but don't for now. So we have our Nandeck script, and then the two buttons over here are important. Validate deck. This proves that there's nothing in any of those cards that's going to throw Nandeck off or cause it problems, like special characters or something in the text might cause issues. And then build deck, and what build deck is going to do is build deck is going to read the file, do the thing, and then produce this output file, events.png. So as soon as I hit build deck, you should see over here on the left, I'm going to get a new file called events.png. Events.png is going to contain effectively the PNG file that's going to be used ultimately in Tabletop Simulator. Okay, so get the files, dump them in there, open the script, you can run the script. But now we're going to add two cards. So we're going to come in here to events.xslx, and I'm just going to go to the end. They're not going to be in alphabetical order now. You don't have to go to the end. You could indeed put them and insert them, but we're going to add them to the end so they're easier to find. And I'm going to add Young Knight, and this is going to be a lot of typing, so bear with me. So we're going to have Young Knight. So the first column is the title. Now here's the thing. These columns can be whatever we want. If you go look at the top, it's literally right here. Here's the 4 columns that I used. If you want to add more columns, you could add more columns. But the script doesn't know about those columns, so it's not going to use them. But we're going to have the name. We're going to have the instructions. The name's going to appear in the bold at the top. The instructions are going to appear below the line and be the asterisk bulleted points that you see. The size is the font size, and the count are how many of these cards it's going to generate. For the events deck, it's 1. So we're going to come down here. We're going to make a card called Young Knight. And I'm just going to type a couple lines here. A young, idealistic knight. Pick the top knight off the stack, is wandering the roads and is camped in a random clearing. And then you hit Alt Enter to go down to the next line in Excel. And then you can say, head to that clearing, and the knight will block and assess you. Then we're going to go over here, and we're going to put that, and my guess is, I'm looking at this text, and I'm going to go, let's put it in 8-point font, and 1 card, of course, for events. So I just want to show you what happens when you do this, and then we're going to type the rest of the card, if that's okay. So I'll save this, and then minimize. And then if I go into the visual editor, I should see a new card. So 36, and there you go. There he is. So you just save the file, do the visual editor, and boom! All of a sudden you're getting new cards in the deck. When I build that deck, you when I build the deck again, so validate and build, I'm now going to look at events.png, and you're going to see Young Knight on here. Now, that doesn't put him in Tabletop Sim yet. We'll get to that in a minute. So all you got to do is get the files from the drive and start typing in this Excel doc. So I'm going to finish this this card here. So I'm going to pause for a moment. So here we go. Here's the text of the card. So we got a young knight is wandering the roads. He's camped in a random clearing. Head to that clearing. The knight will block and assess you. And then we're going to characters with no magic cubes or only white magic cubes are worthy, and the knight will ask to join you. Characters with a single magic cube are judged. Roll the hit dice, and if you get equals result or a hit result, you succeed. And then characters with multiple magic cubes are judged harshly. You roll the hit dice, and you must get a hit result. On a successful judgment, the knight joins you. On a failed judgment, the knight attacks. Resolving this encounter in any way earns you 1 VP. So there you go. There's the young knight. And we're going to add now the dead adventurer. So give me a second. I will add this card and get back to you. So here's the text for the dead adventurer. Rumor has it that a legendary adventurer met his fate somewhere in a random clearing in the wilds. Head to that clearing and perform a successful search, then roll a d6. Based on the roll, we can get looters, so goblins, mealtime, a troll. Who left this here? The adventurer fell into a trap. It's a cunning check. Cabin in the woods, you meet the adventurer himself and can learn from him. Uh-oh, the legendary hero turns into a powerful undead. So a death knight with 2 deep treasures and 10 gold, and then just rumors, which literally means that the princess is in another castle. So you have to go to the next site to get it. So we have our text, and I just guessing with the amount of text in that card, I put it at a 6-point font. So let's see if that works. We're going to save the Excel again. Visual edit. Go to the end. Maybe that might be too small, actually. So let's up the size to 8. Save it. Visual editor. No, it didn't work. Close this out. Let's do the visual editor again. That's too big. So 8's too big. 6 is sort of too small. Looks like 7 is the number. It's like a holy hand grenade. This is the font of Antioch here. Close that out. Re-edit. And that is just right. Goldilocks. Done. So, there you go. So now what we're going to do is, now that we have done that, I'm going to validate the deck. I'm going to build the deck. I should now have an events.png over here, which you see. That should have my 2 new cards, which there they are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Tabletop Simulator. Oops, that's not it. I'm going to open up Tabletop Simulator. And I'm going to go to whatever game that I'm using these cards in. So whatever my base save game is or whatnot. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to make a custom deck. So I'm going to go to Objects, Components, Custom, Deck. Put the custom deck down. When I get out of there, it's going to ask me, well, what's the face of the deck? And the face is going to be my new events.png. So I got to navigate to that directory where I put the PNG file, grab the PNG file, knowing that there's now 37 cards in that deck. Upload to cloud if you want other people to play it, and you can pretty much do, I'm going to call these DD events. Upload. The back is going to be the event back. Upload to cloud. Event back works. They're 10 by 7. And there's how many cards in the deck? 37 cards in the deck. Done. Import. It's going to load a bunch of crap here. Here's my new deck. Now, it's not the correct size because it creates the default size. My suggestion is to make that size whatever you want, and then you can delete. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Sure. Make that whatever size you want. I'm going to delete the old deck. There's my new deck. If I flip it, I should see my new cards. I mean, you're going to have to do this yourself. I always untoggle snap and grid on my decks because I hate those like that. And there you go. There's the new cards. That's all you got to do. So hopefully that was clear enough. I don't feel I did a great job of explaining. Hopefully that's enough for you. And if you need anything, please ask, and I will answer any questions you have. So that's it. Thank you very much.